moving to oneness. Nourishing curiosity. Embracing differences. Becoming one.
Today, I invite you to go with me on a journey. Outdoors for a stroll. Because the sun is shining. There's a soft breeze that you're feeling on your skin. The warmth that penetrates right deep into your soul sometimes disappears because a gray cloud comes by, or you walk in the shade. Where are you walking to? On what path are you at the moment? Let's find out more of those answers during our episode today. Hello everyone, I'm Meilin Ehlke, your host of the Moving to Oneness podcast. And it's funny, you can feel it, something in my throat. There have been many beings want to come through. Today is the 8th of August, right? The big 8/8 day. Gate is really wide and open. And it is really a gate that is being used, right? It is like a gate into a castle. It's a gate that you open up when you walk into a mystical garden, a hidden garden. It may be a gate like at the borders, right? That gets lifted so you can go into a new country. What is it for you, for other beings in our cosmos? It's a beautiful transportational gate. I've spoken about it a lot. There are many beings here supporting us, cohabiting this earth. I don't want to talk too much about them, and in a way just saying you can be assured that they're here to support you, to improve your life. They do sense the urgency at the moment. To rejuvenate and a little bit also repair a beautiful blue planet. But we started this episode getting dressed to go outside. Maybe you're going to walk barefoot. Maybe you're going to put some shoes on or sandals. Then you open the door and you take your first breath in of fresh air. You sense how it feels in your lungs, how your lungs fill with a crispness. And you step outside knowing something new is going to happen. So for first, I congratulate you on deciding to go outside, to explore what it is. So you're standing now outside, fully feeling, if you've been barefoot, what is below you, the warmth, the wetness, the dryness of wood, maybe the freshness of grass, where you feel the earth a little bit wet or dry below, under your feet. Or if it's a little, very dense where you're standing on, or maybe a little softer. And it is this way where you go on a journey, you have maybe your backpack on, right? And there is an excitement within you. And observe where this excitement is within your body. Does it put a smile on your face? Yeah, because you're a little curious. And you look out into the distance. And maybe if it's in the garden, you're not able to look far ahead, but maybe you have a vista right outdoors and you start going. And you let your body lead you. Because there's a surety within you that you know where you're going. That you've been waiting for this day. There's like a logic to it. So you move on. And it's not that you have to go really fast, and you're also not slow. It is this natural speed that is yours. Your style, depending on your body weight, depending on the length of your legs, your height, and your stride, and what you feel comfortable to walk. But you sense there is a little bit more. It's like zacka, 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 a little bit more oomph in your walk. Keckness in German. A little freshness, yeah? Because your shoulders are a little bit further back. There is a little bit smile and your eyes are twinkling, and you feel it in your cheeks. Maybe you throw your hair back if you have long hair, or your men often, right, they rub their scalp or their hands through their hair. And you move forward. And you walk for a while. You may come down a road, as we said before, and you come to a village where there's a gate you have to go through and push the wooden door, the big, thick wooden door open. But you may have also walked, like it feels like an old villa. So it depends. There are a few of you that do different things, but there's some of you that walk in like a forgotten mystical garden. Yeah, those villas we have in Europe, in other countries, where in a way, the English gardens, right? The several rooms of gardens. And you come to that and you have to open that gate to explore what is behind. You have a sense of it, but you don't know what it is. And it's this iron gate with moss over it. Maybe some color has peeled off already, or it has oxidated, and you're standing in front of that, wondering what is behind. You may have walked into the woods. Yeah, from a meadow into the woods, and within the woods you even notice that there are different rooms, different microenvironments, maybe very light in green because there are all these deciduous trees. Or you could turn the corner, you come to the north face of a region, a hill, where there is more needle trees. So it's a darker green, denser. Or even if it's an older forest, right? There is so much shade below that you have a lot of young ones growing up. Little trees. So you can sense there are different ones. But you've walked through different environments there, and you come to something that you can see or sense in the back. There is a clearing. And you're standing there, still in the shadow, knowing when you walk further, there is a gate. But there's not a gate to push through, but an energetic gate. Maybe if you look to the left or to the right, you see certain trees. Maybe certain fungi have been on there. Right? The fairies are a lot of moss. So you'll notice you're coming into a new environment that is very, in a way, sensual. Mystical. Inviting. So all of your environments are different. Even if you feel the hustle and the bustle behind the walls, right, of a town, because you've been strolling along a path through the valleys by yourself, and you have seen it from far away already where you wanted to get to. In the forest it was a little different. There was more of a surprise effect. Or the garden where you have known for years you want to explore what is behind, in that house that no one has lived in for a long time, or maybe there was and you didn't know, and always wanted to see what's behind. So whatever it is, take a moment as you sense newness is coming, and reflect. What you have done till here, has it been what you've desired? Has it been all of you? It has been beautiful, it has been interesting, it has been fun, you had great experiences, some maybe not so great, but they all formed who you are. They gave you an imprint, they gave you material to teach, they gave you experiences to pass on. You've walked with people you've learned from. You have walked with people you taught. You have laughed with, you've cried with, you've hugged, you may have screamed at, that have understood you, and may not have understood you. Where you've been silent or very outspoken. You've maybe been a little bit more in a hermited stage, or you've already seen the world. You've traveled a lot. So acknowledge what it made you, or what you made yourself to be. The beautiful being that is standing right there in nature. Taking a deep breath, acknowledging the magnificence you are. The great experiences you had, the full life. And for a moment, ask yourself, how can you enrich it now? What facets of you want to be lived now you have dug in deep, or maybe not so deep, or that you knew you would live longer. Like for me, I would say, I've been now a mother, so a lot of things I didn't do because I had a young child, so it was more oriented to the child, or a partner who had hurt himself, or a parent that has been sick, right? So what was in your life, or maybe your health? What transformation your physical body went through? Yeah, so I had been more mom. So a few things I had stopped. But it was also a beautiful time of reflection, of getting to know other facets. And so now, in these different phases you also had in your life, do you see maybe a string that reappeared all over in your child years, in your teenager years, in your 20s, in your 30s, also being then in the time when you may have looked for a partner, the one you've been with a partner or spouse, where you've taken care of others, and if it was not your own, others, right? Many of you do magical, beautiful work for others in this world, for nature, right? You were giving so much attention to that. You gave also attention to yourself. So what wants to be brought out now? What do you want to shine some light onto yourself, onto your body, onto you knowing? Once you walk through that gate, you maybe just have to sit down and open up and say, now I'm open to really connect to myself and take the time to bring that out. To start asking others to support me in what my vision, my dreams, have been, so it can become your mission more intensely. When you've gone through if you're the one who goes through the gate into a village with a hustle and bustle, it's going to invigorate you. You won't be alone so much anymore. What sides of you are you going to bring out? Who are you going to go to? What kind of restaurant, market, bar, home, profession, a teacher are you going to pull into your life? If you go into that house, or those gardens, right, with those many garden rooms, as the English did design many years ago, overgrown, with the plants where they could have been themselves and not been cut into a form that's not theirs, where the plants have become partners and thrive in a microclimate they thrive in because they had time to find themselves. Who are you going to find in there? Is there already someone in that garden? Are you going alone? Are you going to notice all those different flowers and plants and how they've grown in a different form that you didn't know before? If you're in the woods, if you step through that gate, are you going to open up to all the beings that come to that beautiful place as well? Say the mystical ones, the fairies, the moths, the woodsmen, the tree people, the dwarves, ancient cultures that have lived there, societies, beings that travel to that place because it's like a landing space for them. Are you going to open up? Who are you going to show? Who are you going to represent? Or I should say, what of you are you going to represent? How far can you open up to invite, to see and hear what you have not seen or heard before? And there's really no difference in what environments you step in. There's this newness, new form, new smells, new tastes, new languages, new encounters. You're going to be asked to do new things move maybe in a different way. Right? If you think about the person, if you're the person who went into the village, you've been walking for a while in your own rhythm. You've carried most of your own things. And now you come into the hustle and bustle once you open and push up that gate. You have to sidestep, you have to go back, you have to turn around, you have to squeeze yourself tight, you have to interchange your rhythm on a regular basis. You may be bumped, you have to jump, maybe something is pouring out of a window, right? And you have to take advantage and change direction really quick because there's an alley to go in, and maybe there's tightness and openness. So you have to move and reflect the new materials or buildings that have been built. And you're at awe of colors and maybe more fruits that come from around the world because there's a market, everything has been brought. If you're the one in the garden, maybe now you're more invited to settle and still and touch and smell and feed your other senses. Taste. You get energized because you maybe pick a leaf and put it in your mouth and taste it, or a fruit or a flower, the scent that goes right into your brain and opens up because it's all medicine. In any of those three environments, there are medicine for you. And are you maybe all of those three? And are you able and wanting and wondering how to bring all those together? And I would say just try it. And there's certain times and certain moments, so open up to all of it. Open up to all of it. So I invite you now, push that wooden gate. Use that strength you need to. Right? You have to move, lean forward. Really push with your hand with both so you can push those heavy wooden doors aside. You have to lean. You have to trust yourself that you can do it, that you have the strength. That you have that strength and the endurance to hold those heavy gates open to move through. And the same in the garden. It's not such a dig, it's maybe just a little rusty, you have to rattle it. Yeah, and find the right grip. And once you're in, you know the path will lead you into the right garden room, where you find a beautiful place to lie down on the grass or the meadow, or sit on a bench, or sit on the ground or on a tree stump. And the one that you even don't have to be pushed through, you just feel that energetic feel that you open up right now, all of your width, your energy field. And walk through, knowing you are able to be who you are right now. So you walk through, in a way you get invited and pulled in. And all of those areas, they just suck you in. And you're part of it. You feel the speed in the gate, in that village, and the excitement, and your body moves quick. In the other one, the garden, you just are full of wonder. You look everywhere. And in the woods, in that clearing, it really is the landing place where it's so come together. You feel so much at home, like you've always been there. That is the part you have been missing. These feeling of feeling the collective of all beings existing. The ones you see or sense, those you don't see, also sense, right? And now you're sitting there and saying, oh my God, that wasn't so difficult. Why all these years? And don't worry, because it was now the time. It is now the time. And you know, once you've experienced it, you've experienced it. There's no, it's part of you. Forever. For right now, forever. And do more of this. Do more of this at your tempo, in your environment you feel comfortable in, into the environment you're looking for to explore, to travel, and travel maybe to places that are close by. What have you not seen, or where you have wanted to go in whatever country you are? And the garden for us Europeans, it's we've seen those old houses, but maybe you're somewhere else where it is a hut, a mysterious hut, but it also has gardens. Every garden is different, wherever you are in the world. Or a farmstead you always wanted to explore. It could have been a cave, right in the mountains. It could be an ice cave, stone cave. Whatever environment you feel pulled into. It could have been another country, as I said, the gate, with a new language, with a new culture, with a new smell, with new food. What is it for you? Where do you want to go? What do you want to pull out of you? For me, it's again exploring more what I have here. Beautiful sacred sites, more in nature. But also traveling again, more into the world. Cultures, people have interested me. You all know that about me. And to sing, to heal, to touch people, animals, landscapes. For me, it doesn't matter. To bring the future, to talk more about that, I bring the future. And it's really interesting, these gates. I've sung so many songs to open a gate here and there, or start opening it so others could acknowledge a new culture, see more another culture, society that has passed or has lived here and had not been seen. I've sung in landing places, made them wider. So now I'm going to sing for you to facilitate opening that gate further, and many other gates you still want to open that are optimal for you, that bring out who you are, that speed up, if you want to, the experience, and facilitate, make it easier, that the right people show up. Maybe give you a gate key to open that gate if it's locked, to build up the strength to push open that wooden gate. And that once you're through, that you feel comfortable being there and nourishing yourself and the facets that want to be nourished and lived. And that bring also recognition to what you have lived, and what also to bring of that further into your life and to others. Well, that was taking you on a ride to wherever you wanted to go, connect you to wherever you needed to be connected to. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy. And do share with me. I would love to hear back what environments you've been in. You can join the Facebook group Moving to Oneness, or write me at meilin@movingtooneness.com. I feel you and your greatness, your vastness, and the beautiful things you're creating now and will create. Do know you're loved on your journey by all of us, by everything existing. Stay in that energy that you have now within your body, that tingle, that vibration. Be there for yourself. Enjoy. I'm Meilin, your host of the Moving to Oneness podcast.